I'd like to go to one of those people and they, you know, how they interpret your dreams. I like to go to one of them and just sit down. They say, okay, what'd you dream last night? By the time I'm finished, I'll say, interpret that one.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Bill.
We are the Breastbling team, selling beaded and stainless steel chain jewelry, highlighting and fitness and women's competition pieces. I can even custom just for you. Check us out
at breastbling.com.
How you doing, everybody? This is Jimmy the Bull at MuscleMaster.com. I'm here today to share with you my personal power straps, how to help you become the best power bodybuilder I can possibly be. Training through injuries, gaining strength, and now I'm going to share with you how you can get the extra mile in the gym, pushing and pulling and getting through the exercises. These are the best power straps you'll ever use. Go to MuscleMaster.com to get the full demonstration.
You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said.
It's about to get real here at Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, joined as always by Lee Priest and
Hold on,
Lee.
Dave.
What
What
are you doing? You putting some moisturizer on?
No, I got this stuff sent to me from Jack Hart Body Care. This is like a Jack Hart citrus tattoo balm, and it smells really nice. Like you could eat it. I was just putting it on my tattoo.
I thought your tattoo is pretty old already by now. Does it really need that?
No, because it keeps it fresh, and they got this other oil that you put on. Look, I got to do this in reverse because of the camera.
Yeah.
It's like if you put it on something, look, it makes it all shiny and look new.
Yeah. Right.
And I've got a gentle scrub and this one and a soothing gel.
You get sent a lot of cool stuff. I get stunt stuff, but I think you get cooler stuff than I do.
Oh, look what I've even got here. I should send them over for your kids. Look, stick-on tattoos.
Ooh, they like the henna tattoos. Yeah.
These are actually good ones. Look. Oh, there's a...
You know, in school, you're not allowed to have those, the showing. Like, you have to put them, like, in a place where people won't see them. They outlawed that in elementary school. Why? I have no idea. Here. Oh, those are big ones, too. Those are great.
Here it is there on Instagram. Like
you should put one of those across your lower back. You know how, like, the girls used to get those little tramp stamps?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that was very nice. And it's got like all this oil you put on and it makes your tattoo look new again. So that's a nice gift box, wasn't it?
Very nice. Very nice. So I think that was...
You think I could get sponsored by someone? What do you think they're like?
You should be sponsored by some kind of a tattoo artist for sure. And
or even McDonald's.
You should contact McDonald's and say, look, if I tattoo the golden arches across the front of my face, will you sponsor me? Yeah.
Exactly. Or on my arm that's like world famous, put the big thing like right here.
I don't think you have any room left there. Can you let me ask you this question. Could you tattoo lighter colors over darker colors or no?
You probably could, but it might all soak in and not look as good. But I could put it here, big M here in gold.
Yeah. There you go.
But so I don't even have one of those things. I see everyone like on Fuad's channel and everyone, they all have them manscaping things. I've never even been sent a manscaping fucking thing to use my code.
Yeah, I don't manscape.
And
I don't landscape either, for that matter. So, but let me ask you this question: the first tattoo you had was the Superman one, right, on that left shoulder?
Yep. And I said,
and that turned into what did that turn into? That tattoo?
Well, it's still there. I've just like gone over it a bit with different colors. It was the red, yellow, and blue, but now it's more red. But it's faded a lot due to sun. Has NHRA racing above it, but I think my bicep got a bit torn there. Look, see in here? See that little indent? You don't think so? It doesn't look peakier.
See, that's the coracoid you tore a little piece of. Yeah.
In here, this bit
still
here.
Looks pretty freaky. Still looks pretty freaky.
Oh, it's got that like Robbie Robinson peak on top there. Look.
Did you see that weird peak that what's his name has on his arm? That Larry Wheels guy.
Oh, that's because he tore it like me. He tore it off the shoulder here, and when you tear it, happened to Rusty Jeffers. Some people leave it because you don't have to get it reattached. Yeah, but if it tears off the shoulder, you get that real peaky little bicep.
Yeah, but why not get it? It's cosmetic, though.
I don't know.
Let me see if I can find that.
It took me forever to get mine fixed because they're like, you don't need to get it fixed. I said, I compete in bodybuilding. Yes, I do. I can still use it without it. And like the month that it wasn't attached, I tried training and it just felt weird like this now, like something's missing. Like it just doesn't feel right when you're doing stuff.
Let me pull this up. Hold on.
Here's bicep. Yeah, that's how Rusty's look. If you got them, if they both go, then it looks okay because they're both the same. If they both tear from the top,
it looks a little weird.
Mm.
I mean, I would probably just, like I said, just for cosmetic purposes. Functionally, you're right. You don't need it. Functionally, that head of the bicep doesn't really do very much.
But it feels weird though when you're training when it's not attached. It just feels weird.
Yeah, I heard it feels better when it tears because it like kind of relieves that pain in the shoulder.
Yeah, like when this one moved the TV, it was just a quick pop, just like pop. And this one here was more of a sting because it hasn't torn all the way, so it was just more like a rubber beam.
What was the recovery on your bicep tear?
This one?
Yeah.
I had it in a sling for 3 months.
Oh, that much? Wow.
But I kept training. I trained this side of my body. I trained everything else. And I thought having it in a sling for 3 months is going to be shit. I lost the rear delt really atrophied away from not moving it. But my bicep was only down roughly an inch, which I was actually happy. I didn't lose much size at all. I was thinking I was going to take it out the sling and that'd be like, oh, fucking.
You know, it's weird, but I know a lot of guys that have like really good biceps that have torn them. And I wonder if it's because like, you know, your biceps are so overdeveloped because you just genetically have a good bicep that what happens is, you know, they become more vulnerable to weird injuries because they're overdeveloped in one plane of motion, you know.
And I wonder whether the bicep muscle, because aren't tendons meant to be strong? I wonder if the bicep muscle gets a little bit strong too quick and the tendon's not ready for the weight. And
well, think about it. You have this big blob of muscle here that, you know, it just is just pulling on that tendon constantly. And then what happens is it's really strong going this way. And then you pull this way or something like that, or your dog pulls your arm this way, and it's just not strong going in that plane of motion because you don't do anything in that plane of motion.
Just a quick snap like that.
Yeah. That's always what happens. It's always like a quick moving, like when Branch tore his quad, he slipped on ice, you know. When Victor,
like when Samir threw a punch at Gold's gym and tore his tricep
That would drive you crazy. Didn't Victor Martinez step off a curb or something like that, and he tore his Achilles? He tore his patella tendon.
Yeah, like I said, nearly all the people who I know have been injured, or the professionals anyway.
Yeah.
Apart from like Fuchs and that doing the photo shoot, nearly everybody else, even like we talk about Branch's form, he's probably never been injured in the gym. It's always outside the gym.
Yeah, he's popped a few muscles though that he had reattached. You know, it's funny because Dorian
didn't he hurt himself on the horse too that time when he come off the horse?
He almost did. He told me that story on an interview. He was really pissed off because I guess the Generation Iron film crew scared the horse. Yeah. And he was doing fine, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Stay away from the horse! You're going to spook it," and that's what happened. So he was almost ready for the Olympia. What was he, like 6 weeks out or something?
Yeah, they deliberately spooked it, trying to get good footage.
Exactly. I'm surprised Branch didn't beat the crap out of them, to be honest, or shoot them or something like that.
Yeah, tie him up like a wild pig and gut him.
Yeah. He's lucky he didn't get seriously hurt, or he probably would have done it.
We just got demonetized because I said some violent act then.
Exactly.
What was that article you showed me? We can't say the word THE now because.
Oh yeah. Let me pull that up. This is a new one. One of our listeners sent it to me.
The is offensive. It's a woke word.
The woke police have decided that they want to remove another word from our English language. Now you're not allowed to say the word "the" anymore. So you can't say like the French, the Whack Pack, the Del Rey Misfits. You're not allowed to say any of that. So
I like the thought.
It's dehumanizingly to use the word "the."
Now I want to see the group that sits around the table. What sort of idiot type people sit around and go through words and go, wait a minute, I thought about it after all these years. It's been in human existence, that word, for how long? Hundreds of years. All of a sudden, it's humanizing.
You know, the one place on this planet Earth, I think it's the only place that has the term "the" before it. You know what it is?
What's that?
The Bronx. No one says Bronx. I live in Bronx. I live in the Bronx. So now you can't even say that.
That's why that area is so bad, because it's been dehumanizing all these years. Subconsciously, these people have been like outcasts and put down and didn't even.
Yeah.
What?
We lost Lee there.
Oh, hold on. The Big Apple. The Big Apple.
Can't say the Big Apple. We're dehumanizing New York City now.
The Grand Canyon.
Nope, no more.
Oh my God.
Can't say that.
But what gets me is, so if you said the N word, that's not bad. But if you say the N, that's really bad.
Stop dehumanizing these poor people, Lee. The oppressed.
So
what does the Statue of Liberty say? Give us, you're tired, I don't remember.
Statue of Liberty says, "Get me out of this fucking harbor. I want to go back to France."
Hey, did you hear Hulk Hogan is hurt? And I think he got some back surgery.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere. Someone said there was rumors that he couldn't walk, but he said that he can walk, because they're trying to say that he's paralyzed or something.
I'm sure he was temporarily. Maybe he can't walk, because I heard some of the nerves maybe were damaged. You know what happens when you have spinal surgery or any kind of surgery on your spine? You can temporarily have inflammation around those nerves, and that can affect your ability to ambulate.
But you think of those wrestlers, the shit they must go through from all those years of punishment. Remember that one? Was it Axel Foley? Was it not Axel Foley? He's from
Mick Foley.
Axel Foley. We're talking Beverly Hills.
What was it called? Mankind? Is that what he called himself? Yeah, Mankind.
Yeah, you watch that documentary on him and all the bloody operations he's had and shit.
His knees, everything destroyed. Yeah.
Oh, crazy. And some of the stuff he'd do and actually bleed, do stuff and cut himself open to actually bleed to entertain the fans. You're like, he's been
these
crazy.
Guys will do anything to make it look real. But Hogan has both knees replaced. I think he's got both hips replaced, and he's had a lot of back surgeries. I know he's gotten stem cells and stuff like that. It's just it sucks when you have bad arthritis. I mean, I had to deal with the quad tear. I got the foot now, 2 surgeries. It's when you get old, things don't heal as well.
Someone sent me a message the other day asking about the product you got there for arthritis and that.
Oh, the Arthrolyze. You know what? Arthrolyze.
I said, I don't know, because I haven't had any to try. So I do not know. I said, but if Dave sells it and he's done studies on it, I'm sure it works.
I'll tell you what happened was, Lee, when I had my shoulders started bothering me back in the early 2000s, really bad. I realized that if I took high dose glucosamine in MSM, which is, I noticed that I got relief. I did. Yeah. And it wasn't until I hit a certain threshold. So I kept experimenting, going higher and higher, because, they tell you take 2,000 milligrams of glucosamine a day. It doesn't do anything. And that's why people usually stop these joint, repair.
I always stopped it because I take it religiously, start higher even, because they say it's got to build up. And after a month, I'm like, this hasn't done shit.
It's like taking a protein supplement. It's like if I gave you Isolyze and you took like a teaspoon of it a day, it wouldn't do anything because it's not enough. So what I found was when I took 4 grams of the stuff a day, and then I added 4 grams of MSM, which is a biologically available source of sulfur. It's actually the same stuff that you get in DMSO, except it's an oral form. And when I did that, I really felt relief, like lubrication in the joints, and I felt like I was able to train. I still had it still was not moving, but it was allowing me to work out. And so when I finally
this is in your product, these high amounts.
Yeah. So what I did was when I made
I'm a mess and I'm in pain. Let me just check my stock here. I don't see any.
Well, you probably didn't order any.
I know you're trying to put me in a coma. I got like 7 bottles of this.
I send you what you asked for, so I'll send you next time. But Arthrolyze, when you take 10 pills, you got to take 5 pills twice a day, and what you'll notice after about 2 or 3 weeks is that you're going to feel, number one, you'll feel more lubrication. The joints will feel better, but they'll start healing too. Like if you have cartilage problems, if you have tendon connective tissue issues. The problem is we don't eat any glucosamine or chondroitin or any sulfur-based products, because we don't eat cartilage in our diet. We trim all that stuff off. We only eat the meat portion. So, you know,
I don't. I eat that if it's on the steak. I leave it there. I eat it. Don't you worry.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
This last week, because I was almost out of these, so I stopped taking them. But this last week, I just take 3 before bed. I take 3. I sit down on the couch for 15 minutes, and then that eye sting starts coming on, where your eyes are stinging.
Tingling, yeah.
And I almost I'd say now when I go to bed, the last, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday night, I go into that deep sleep and I look at the clock and it's almost every night, 5 hours. I haven't woken up to pee or anything.
Yeah.
But I know that real deep sleep, and after 5 hours, it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, I could get up now.
Right. Yeah, I noticed the same thing. You know, I was getting up a lot to pee, and then when I take the Somalize, I don't get up as much to pee. Yeah.
Probably once during the night, but those first 5 hours, it's so good deep sleep that when it's time, when I do go pee, I'm like, I could really stay up now.
Do you notice you have like more vivid dreams too? Like you notice you dream more?
Oh yes, very. It's almost like a movie. You get up and you're like, fuck, that was real, and you remember it more too.
Yeah, I definitely notice much more vivid dreams on.
I can't tell you what they are, but they're very vivid. I won't tell you what they are, but they're very vivid.
Yeah, I don't want to know your dreams, to be honest with you, because that'll for certain get us demonetized. There's no doubt in my mind.
Imagine me. I'd love to go to one of those people, and they, you know, how they interpret your dreams. I like to go to one of them and just sit down. They say, "Okay, what'd you dream last night?" By the time I'm finished, I'll say, "Interpret that one."
I think we should get you on the Iron Therapy show and have Leslie interpret your dreams. That might be fun.
Wouldn't it be
you
fun?
might be horrified.
As I walk out of this person's office after they've interpreted my dreams, there'll probably be a police car, people in white coats. We have the making of a serial killer. Lock him up.
That's right.
Because then when I do go commit a crime and kill people, I'd be like, well, the dream therapist should have saw the signs.
That's right. The question is, did you dream of the death of Leo? Maybe you had some kind of a premonition that Leo was gonna pass on. No,
I don't know what they said. To me, it just seemed, well, until we know, wait for the autopsy, but could be something as basic as, you know, I've almost had it when I've gone into a bathroom and I've had that low blood sugar where I can't, like, everything goes black and I can't see and actually hold on to the sink, and I'm like, shut my eyes and I get really dizzy. I'm thinking, fuck, I could easily go bang and hit my head and go face first on the floor. So
what was weird though? What was weird is because let me see if I can, maybe I can pull that. There's actually a video of the crime scene, and they're actually
I saw that from the Daily Mail.
Yeah, the Daily Mail. And you know what? They actually showed that someone, we don't know if it was him, someone disassembled the actual toilet bowl. Like, so the bowl where it mounts on the floor, the bolts were taken out and it was moved, like as if someone was trying to get into the, like.
And it shows too, like I said, they're pushing the bathroom door because he must be against it. But but it's not a really, when we've seen, you know, nothing on Tony Huge, but you know, with Armin, where he's given someone this thing like Andy Heyman, and he could be going away for giving the drug. Because I've seen those other videos of Tony Huge, like last year, the year before, and that where they're doing these transformation things, and the amount of stuff he has people taking, and after 2 or 3 weeks, the guys are like, I don't feel good, my blood pressure's up, I got a fever. They're like, I can't even train because all the injection sites are too sore. I'm like, whatever experiments you're doing, knock it off, because it doesn't look good now that someone actually dies in your place. And who knows if it had to do with he was taking different stuff, experimenting with hormonal stuff. Plus, I know Leo was into all those other things for your brain function and all that. But even taking those things taking them in the wrong combinations or wrong amounts could do something up here or who knows what.
Sure. And, you know, look, Leo, didn't need anyone helping him or prompting him to take drugs. Like you said, he was using he liked to experiment on his own. So you start combining too many things together. The problem is, Lee, it's the polypharmacy. A lot of drugs interact with other drugs, and people don't even realize it. So when you're shotgunning 10 different things at one time, each one of those things alone might be safe, but if you put them together, they could have some kind of a synergistic effect.
That's why here now, you probably have it there, but I know here now, all the medications go through the computers here. So if your doctor prescribes you one, when you go to chemist to get your prescription filled, it'll come up, this drug doesn't go with what you're taking right now, type of thing. So they catch it ahead of time because, like you said, one drug by itself, fine. This one by itself, fine. Combine them. It could be like some sort of fatal thing that causes you problems for whatever your issues are.
That's assuming that you're only taking the prescription drugs that the doctor is prescribing for you, and that you're not adding your own stuff to the mix.
It's like steroids. Remember, you go to the doctor, you get proper steroids. Now it's like I can get them online, I can get this, but like you don't know what you're getting. And now we have them here in Australia. We have those sites where you can go on and you just answer some questions and you get scripts for all these different drugs, like as if you went to the doctors. You can do it for all the Viagra's and Cialis, but even some other drugs now. You go on, even this doctor, I saw one, this doctor comes online, he looks at you on FaceTime and goes, hi, this and that, what are your problems, this and that. He goes, okay. And just from simple looking at you, they go ahead and you get a prescription. And I'm thinking, well, bloody hell. or they send it to you. A lot of it you can get in the mail. So I'm thinking, who knows if this is the real shit? Because you know how you can get, whenever I go to the chemist, they say, do you want the name brand or pharmacy brand, which is generally the same, just cheaper because it's not under a name. But these other people could be cheapening down drugs and sending them to you, saying there's something else when it might not be.
Yeah, that's true. Look, you could take a lot of caffeine with some prescription meds and it can mess them up. So just because the pharmacy says that these 3 meds they gave you are safe together, you could be messing it up by adding something else. You could take an antihistamine and some drugs get whacked out. Like there are antibiotics that should not be combined with certain antihistamines because they amplify each other. And so, like you said, you never know. But
look how many drugs you get, prescription ones that say do not take with alcohol, but people still drink. People
swallow the pills with the alcohol. I know guys that will swallow the Percocets with a shot of vodka.
What could possibly go wrong? It's like, oh, he didn't wake up. I wonder why. It's like Oxycontin, drinking alcohol with Oxycontins, and they're like, oh, I don't know why. Exactly. Or Valiums, shit like that. Then people too, it's like the Valiums, they take more and more, and these people are dying in their sleep. Like so many actors that have been taking these drugs where you don't realize if you're taking all these drugs and you're sleeping, then you're drinking on top of it. Half these people just go into like comas and die in their sleep because they're that relaxed with all these drugs they're taking. The heart just stops. It just slows down and stops beating. It's like,
do we know what killed Anna Nicole Smith yet?
No, whatever. Did they ever do an autopsy?
Anna Nicole Smith, excuse me. I meant to say Lisa Marie Presley. Sorry.
No, I don't know. They would have had to do an autopsy on her, wouldn't they? Or
they're going to have to. Absolutely going to have to. Now, did you see the mother is contesting the will?
Oh, yeah, because it was left to her daughter, wasn't it?
Well, she left. She supposedly changed the will in 2014. I guess the mother was the executor of her will, and she supposedly changed it without telling the mother, supposedly in 2014. But there was no witnesses, and it was just like her signature, and they said it was suspicious. And I mean, really, she, I guess, inherited Elvis's fortune. I think she owns like 20% of Graceland or something like that, because they probably sold part of it. And so supposedly her kids are supposed to get all that, which makes sense. I don't know why is Priscilla even contesting anything. At this point, why?
I'm sure Priscilla got a nice penny anyway after Elvis and all that sort of. I'm sure she's not short a dollar. Put it that way. So
yeah, she's not hurting for money. But the point is that the kids are the ones who should inherit Elvis's. They're his grandkids. Exactly. That should be Elvis's fortune should go to them. So I don't know what whenever you contest something like this, what it does is it creates bad blood. So why would grandma want to rustle the feathers of, her grandkids? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, let her have it. Grandma's in her 70s. She'll be going soon too, so it'll come back.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, why would grandma want to ruin her relationship with her grandkids over money? Who cares?
And especially Priscilla's in her 70s?
Yeah.
So what does she need? What does she need multi-millions for now? She's got multi-millions, so it's like,
I would think so.
As you get on in life, you don't need to have an abundance of wealth like that. Just be just be happy you're still breathing in your 70s.
I'll tell her one thing. She does look pretty damn good, Priscilla, still.
Well, my friend goes over there because he loves Elvis. He goes over there and you can stay at Graceland somewhere in these rooms. Like, and they're all done up with all that plush stuff. Yeah, but he actually had a photo with Priscilla. He gave her a kangaroo and that, like a stuffed kangaroo. And
really, where did he see her though?
At Graceland. There must have been like a meet where you can actually meet her and stuff.
Oh, okay. Supposedly, both Priscilla Presley and Siegel are co-trustees of the Promenade Trust, which was created in '93 to manage the Presley estate. Per the Hollywood Reporter, the trust kept a 15% stake in Elvis Presley Enterprises, which owns the singer's intellectual property. After Lisa Marie sold 85% of the company's assets for $100 million. Court documents obtained by ABC News told her that Lisa Marie Presley amended and completely restated the trust in 2010, reinstating Priscilla Presley and Siegel's roles. So she sold 85% of Elvis's stuff for $100 million. I guess that was a good investment, although I heard that she spent a lot of that.
I heard Justin Bieber a week or two
sold
ago.
His whole collection for $100 million, didn't he?
I think it was $200 million, wasn't it?
Was it $200 million? Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
why.
having
$200 million. Wouldn't that be?
Why would you sell your collection of music? Wouldn't you want to own the rights to your own music?
Especially if like some of those. You think of even just some of these one-hit wonders, or someone has a song, but then that song gets used on commercials. It gets used here.
Right.
Like some of these bands that have had a song and that's been used over and over, they could just make a living off people using it.
If someone's willing to give you $200 million for your songs, they must think that they're worth $200 million. These companies don't just throw money around. So why not keep your songs and then you could license them out to people and make the money? It's not like the guy's hurting for money. He probably has a ton of money in the bank already. He does concerts. What is he? He's cashing out at age 30, whatever he is. What is he, 30 years old now? 29?
Yeah, well, maybe too. You sell the old songs and then you go write a whole lot of new songs.
No, I think they even own the newest album he just released or something like that.
Did they?
Yeah.
What did Michael Jackson pay for the Beatles? Didn't he buy the Beatles songs?
He outbid Paul
McCartney, didn't he?
Yeah. That's pretty bad. When the Beatles guy, when a guy who actually sings the songs wants the songs, and he can't even get his own songs,
But then you had Michael marry Lisa Marie. I'm surprised he didn't buy Elvis's collection when.
What do you think that was about? Was that kind of a publicity stunt? You think?
Had to be, wouldn't it? Because wasn't that around the time when the first allegations of molestation came up? So maybe he tried to.
Yeah, I think that. You think? I don't think Michael Jackson really liked women. Do you?
No, I don't know. I think he's just a big kid at heart. Really, I don't think he went either way. He was just happy to be with no one. He
was non-binary, probably. Yeah, he would be classified as non-binary probably these days.
But we can't call him the king because that would be.
That's very derogatory.
Dehumanizing him. He was just king.
Justin is truly once-in-a-generation artist, as reflected and acknowledged by the magnitude of this deal. Bieber's manager, Scooter Braun, said in a statement, according to Variety, Scooter Braun, no relation to PJ Braun. For 15 years, I've been grateful to witness this journey, and today I'm happy for those involved. Justin's greatness is just beginning. The deal includes all of Bieber's 291 songs released before the end of 21, up to his latest album, Justice.
So roughly they're paying like $800,000 a song if he had 200 odd songs.
You know what? These companies are genius. They'll license out his music to everyone. They'll make so much more money. He's an idiot, I think. Timberlake sold his catalog for more than $100 million, and Young for 50% of his for about $150 million. Who's Young? I don't know. Neil Young sold his for $150 million. He only sold half.
I wonder what their manager or people get out. Like, do they get a percentage of this?
Oh, listen to this one. Hold on. In 2000, yeah, they take a percentage. In 2020, Bob Dylan sold his catalog to Universal Music Publishing for $400 million. Man, Bob Dylan is a lot smarter than fucking Justin Bieber, that's for sure.
And he's older, so he's cashing out now at the end of his.
yeah. For him, it's worth it because he's lucky he's still alive. That guy,
So someone like Elton John just did his last concerts here in Australia and that, because he's like in his late 70s now, isn't he? Mid-70s. I'm thinking, imagine Elton John though if he sold his collection. That'd be.
Yeah, he won't, because you know what? Look, Bieber is young. I don't know. And maybe he figured, you know what? I'll sell the beginning part of my career and I'll launch another career. And, you know, but you know what? The way these celebrities are, Lee, they spend a lot of money, because the money, like to them, 10 grand is like you and I going out and spending $150 on dinner. It doesn't have meaning to them because they make so much
$50
money
on dinner. Where are you going? Fucking 35 at McDonald's, mate. 150 on dinner. Jesus.
Listen to me.
You've been married a
Australia
while,
is
Dave. You don't
freaking
need to go
fortune.
to those
I've never spent so much money on food than when I went to Australia. You guys are a huge ripoff over there.
Crazy, isn't it? Totally.
It's because you pay your waiters $25 an hour. That's why. That's why
we
the
don't
food
have to
is
tip them.
Yeah,
But the thing is, now they're trying to bring tipping in here. I'm thinking, the money you get an hour, and now you want a tip. I'm like, no way. It's like when I was in America, I'd go to the shop in the hotel I was staying at just to get a coffee and this and that, and then she brings it up on the screen for you to okay the price, and it says tip 10%, 20%, or none. I'm thinking, you haven't done anything. I've come up to the counter here to bring you some tips. So I'm like, it's not like you're bringing me anything. I'm like, or even to go to a buffet and they want to tip at a buffet. I'm like,
well, at least they clear your plates though. They clear. Listen, I was ordering Uber Eats, you know, a DoorDash when I couldn't drive because of my foot. And I was ordering from the sushi place. My kids like to have sushi rolls, and I eat it once a week or so. And literally, the bill was like $130 with the delivery charge, which is kind of they've incorporated it, and they bump up the price of everything. And then I have to give them a tip right to the driver, which is, you know, and I'm a pretty good tipper. I'll tip 25-30%. And then, so then now that I can drive again, I've been going and picking it up. The same exact meal that cost $130 now costs me $70. I'm not exaggerating. $70. That's how crazy it is. And you're right. And they also asked, do you want to put a tip? I'm like, tip for what? I just picked it up at the front. Matter of fact, I sat at the front desk and they said, oh, your order's not ready yet. And I saw a bag up on the counter. I'm like, I bet that's mine. I said, is that mine? She goes, no, yours hasn't come out yet. So I'm there for 15 minutes talking to my sister on the phone. I'm like, you know what? I'm checking that bag. And sure enough, it says my name right on the bag and on the receipt. I'm like, this is my bag. She's like, oh, we just bring it up. I said, no. No, you didn't. I've been sitting here the whole time. You didn't just bring it up. It's the same bag that's been sitting here. Oh, this your bag? Okay, you take your bag.
Have you ever had it too? My wife will sometimes get Uber and that on the weekends if she wants to feel lazy and just have whatever when she's had a few drinks. And she's done stuff before where you order it and then it says on its way, half hour later, on its way. And then it just says order canceled. It's like.
Yeah, you know, they did that to me. I went nuts. I was waiting for an hour and a half.
That's like my wife was waiting. Yeah.
I called the restaurant, Lee, and I said to them, where's my food?
Well, she did.
And she's like, what's your name? I said, Dave Palumbo.
I think it was with Subway not long ago. And Subway said,
no, the driver picked it up. They must have stolen my meal. They did refund me, but Uber refunded me, but the driver stole the meal is what it was.
Yeah, well, hers never even got picked up. It says due to be picked up. An hour goes past and it says not picked up. And then she looked at the thing, cancelled. But they charged us here to do the same thing, call up and go through all this hassle of getting the refund. And the girl at Subway's like, oh, we can't do it here. You have to go through this and that. But she goes, I'm very sorry. She's like, what?
I'll tell you one thing. The Uber app is pretty good. Like if you don't get the food, they refund your money because Uber is the one that handles the money. They pay the store. The store doesn't, you know, you're not paying the store directly, you're paying Uber. So Uber will refund it. But that's not the point. I waited an hour and a half for my food. Now I'm not getting any food. That's why I switched.
Then I
went from Uber to DoorDash after that.
I think we got DoorDash and we had another one I think might have been shutting down, Deliveroo.
They have Grubhub they have here too. I think that's another.
But isn't it funny how we're all becoming, like I said, I've seen, like my wife did it once. McDonald's is like, if I walk to my corner here and take a right, it's 2 blocks down on the left. But even she's like, I'll Uber McDonald's. I'm like, that's just around the corner.
Well, you know what they do? They actually give you free food. Like they'll say, if you order from Uber now, we'll give you a free chicken McNugget or something like that. And it's because they make more money when you order from those Uber, you know, DoorDash type
so
things.
The bigger people who are enlarged, can get lazier and just sit at home and have more food brought to them. At least in my day,
it's a lot more expensive.
At least
I'm going to start a
day,
service delivering protein powders. That's what we should do.
I'd walk around the food court at least. So at least if I'm walking around, I'm burning some calories walking from McDonald's, other side the food court, the donuts, other side the food court.
I'm gonna have Mr. G deliver isolized protein for me and protolyzed pudding, during the day. I'll have like operation hours like from 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. and I'll have Mr. G deliver it.
How do you get a thing? Because like, why couldn't Uber deliver like protein and that? Because I see like on our app here, they got different stores. Like my wife will sometimes get alcohol delivered, but you have to be home to show your ID for that. So they go to different stores and pick up different things. It's like you can have Uber go to your mate's house and pick up a suitcase and bring it to you. So why can't you have them deliver protein like Amazon or something?
You should. Be a lot
Look into it, Dave. Look into it. You could have Uber deliver your protein.
Well, I'm saying if I have a supply of protein here, I can put on like Uber. I don't know how you get on Uber, but if I get on Uber, I can see nutrition. Yeah, be great. I'll get like Jimmy the Bull. I'll say, Jimmy, you move down here. All you got to do is deliver protein, like 4 hours out of the day. We're going to be available to deliver protein.
I reckon it'd be a big hit because people just want Jimmy to turn up and give them their protein. You'd be getting out the car. Where the F are you? Here's your effing protein. Hurry up. I got more deliveries to make. Come on. Here's your F. Like, not only do you get protein, you get abused by Jimmy the Bull.
Yeah. And he would make great tips from these people because they would love him,
He'd love it. They'd probably just keep ordering to have Jimmy turn up and get him angry.
I'll say, Jimmy, you have a request. Someone wants you to drive your Harley up there and deliver the protein on the Harley.
Well, Jimmy should do that, what I do. I have like one here in Australia called Kui, but I also have Cameo, and like Cameo, there's movie stars on it. I get quite a few sometimes where you get paid. You can put your own price on it, but I think by the time Cameo takes their cut and that, I get like $120 just for birthday wishes, just for talking to people. Yeah, it's just like go to Cameo. It's an app. There's tons of people on it, and you set your price. You can talk for however long. I just did one yesterday for a birthday and that, and I get like $120 for that for like 2 minutes saying happy birthday. Now,
are you serious? Really?
Yeah, look at Cameo. Google Cameo app. It's great. Nearly every movie star's on it. You can have like someone like Kevin Costner say something to you, but he might be like $500 a message or something. Right. But yeah, if you go to it, so Jimmy, I don't know why Jimmy doesn't have Cameo, because imagine having Jimmy, like he could set his price at $60, $70, and they just say, Jimmy, I want you to say this to my brother, or here's my brother. Here's a bit of my brother's background. Just abuse the hell out of him. And you get paid just for talking into your phone. It records it and it sends it to them.
Wow. It amazes me, though, that these actors would do it. I mean, I can understand the actors that are not that popular anymore, that maybe like are losers at this point. But like, why would an actor take a time? I mean, if an actor's making $15 million on a movie, like, does he really have to take 5 minutes to record a happy birthday to like the big Lenny or something like that?
Thousands, I think. Some might be up into the thousands, unless they just do it for a minute, then they go, hey, I'll give this money to a charity and stuff. So it's all a tax write-off.
I'm looking. There's no real famous actors that I'm seeing on here. I'm seeing a lot of washed up guys,
There's sports people too.
Yeah.
But find Lee Priest on there. What's he charging?
Let me see. Hold on.
Is there a search?
Martin Kove is on here. Martin Kove, who's like Sweep the Leg, from Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
I know him. Talked to him on the phone, actually. All right, let's see athletes. Let's look and see Lee Priest here.
I could be under influence of Dave. Scientist.
Lee McCutcheon Priest, actor, bodybuilder.
Hey, actor, bodybuilder.
Well, let me pull this up here. And does it cost anything to sign up on that thing?
No, nothing.
There you are.
There it is. Cameo. There's some of the ones I've done for people.
Pep talk. You do pep talks. $11 per message. Book a personalized video for $125.
Yeah.
And do you fulfill all this yourself, or do you have someone else like who helps facilitate?
No, you get a message. You just get an email saying you've been requested for Cameo. I just go on the Cameo app. I see who's requested me, who they want it to. They might put a little biography, and I get a lot of time just Lee used the C word, just abuse him because I train with him and he's lazy. So I sit there for 2 minutes calling someone the C word and telling them to get off their ass and train hard and get paid.
I guess this is better than selling your underwear, right?
Yeah. So people, if you want me to talk to somebody, a friend, a pep talk, just abuse your boss or anyone, go on Cameo and you can get me and I'll like, it's not even for a minute. Some of them I've done for 5 minutes. I just keep chatting. So I get on the roll. So then people write back, that was
you
great.
give them extra. You give them extra stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just chat and do whatever. Some of them, they loved it. Like I sent that. My brother said it was the best birthday present ever, getting abused by you.
God, that is funny.
Oh yeah, it's a Cameo.
I wonder who came up with this site.
Yeah, but I got one in Australia called Kui, which is the same. I did 2 of them yesterday as well.
Let's see who they got. The New York Yankees. Let's see who they got. Reggie Jackson will do them. Reggie's $350 for. Let me pull this up here. We should get him. We should pay for this for Greg Valentino because Greg's like supposedly like a big Reggie Jackson fan. Get Reggie.
Yeah, get to
Mazzilli, Dave
Well, the good
Rigetti.
thing is you can write to Reggie and say, listen, I got a friend Greg. He's this, he's that, he's loved you. Here's a bit of a background. Can you he had the big arms full of oil. Can you just abuse him and talk about that and say, what were you thinking?
Well, he used to work out with Reggie. He said he claims he worked out with Reggie Jackson at the gym back in the day.
Well, send Reggie a message and just say, deny you ever knew Greg Valentino. Say, who? I've never heard of him.
Like, why would Roger Clemens be on there? Like, he's probably one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Like Roger Clemens really needs to be on this thing.
What's he charge?
A lot. Personal video is $500. Book a business video, it's $25,000.
What?
Yeah. You're undercharging, Lee.
I know. I should do like a stand-up act for $1,000.
$20. What is a message? Like they'll just type a message to you?
I think it's a text message, yeah, SMN.
It's $20. Probably the message will never get done by Roger himself, though. I would.
And how would you know? How would you know it's by them anyway? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the messages are so cheap. Let's see who they got on the. Let's see who's football players they got.
I think they have wrestlers, everything. There's like a big hole.
Ray Lewis, Kurt Angle, Tito Santana.
It's like I told the people on the circles, like if you're a bodybuilder, like Jay Cutler, he's got millions of fans. If he had Cameo, I'm sure he'll get lots of requests in it. And you figure you just do a couple of days.
He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money.
I know, but still, it's a bit of extra money coming in for whatever you need to play around with. You don't have to touch your main money. Then you can just use the plain money, Dave.
Oh, like they got Vince Papale. Remember the movie Invincible with Mark Wahlberg? This is the real Vince. Vince Papale is only $75. So
that was a good movie. I like that movie.
I love that movie. It's great. Very well done. Let's see what bodybuilders they have on here. Jay Cutler's on there. So is Ronnie Coleman.
What's Jay charge?
Let's see what Big Lenny charges. Big Lenny charges for personalized video $24. Book a business video for $140 and a live call $72. I wonder where he came up with those numbers.
What's the business video? What's that?
I don't know. I guess maybe
they promote your business, is it,
or no? Maybe they talk to they address a whole business, like Big Lenny. Can you do a talk to my species nutrition team, that kind of thing.
What's Jay charge on his Cameo?
So yeah, hopefully he charges more than Big Lenny does. Hold on, let's see, Jay Cutler.
What was I? I was 150.
He's probably expensive. Yeah, he's personalized video $90, business video $525, live video call $255, and a message $5. So
actually, I don't think I got live video call on mine, do I? I don't have live video call.
No.
I could add that. I have to go on the
Let's see what 8-time Mr. Olympia Ronnie Coleman charges. I don't even want to be on here. I think it's kind of embarrassing.
I'm not embarrassed to be on there, Dave. It's fun.
Ronnie's very expensive. Ronnie's $250 for a personalized video. That's smarter, at least. $1,750 for a business video and a book a live video call $750. So
I got to do the live video calls. I'm gonna have to update my app. You should be on there, Dave. You should get on there.
I don't want to be. I wonder if I'm on there without me even knowing.
Hey, you know what you should do? Set up one for Logan.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. He'll love to talk to people.
Yeah, he'll like, hey, how you going? Talk to Logan for $50. You can just hi. You can hold your products up and go like the Hulk, and then hang up, and there's $50.
Let's see what CT Fletcher charges. He's $300 for a personalized video.
Yeah,
$399 for a business video, and $600 for a video call. Wow.
I got to do that video call. I'm missing out here because people like to talk to me like this.
You know what? I'd be afraid that people actually would want me to do the thing, and I don't have 10 minutes.
Kui, the one I do in Australia, it's like 30 minutes live video where I can see them like this, you're chatting.
Yeah. So I wanted to show this view. That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's like that. Like normally on top of each other. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. You know what? I think Jimmy the Bull should do this. That would be something he would be good at. Right?
I think he should. He could incorporate it with his muscle mobsters. But the way Jimmy is, I'm sure people would love to say, Jimmy, here's my boss or here's my brother.
Curse him out.
It's his birthday. Can you just do a minute just ripping into him? Here's what he likes. Here's his hobbies. Just rip into him. And I reckon Jimmy would do really good at it. Like you said.
No, but he wouldn't do it. He would be like, they wanted me to call you.
So easy.
And rip your apart. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Oh my best.
Once you get a request, all you do is you go to the app and you can see the person's name. Even when you're recording, it has all the information there.
Oh, really? Is that easy?
You just hit the record button. It records it. Hit it again to stop. Then it just says upload and it goes straight to them.
Oh, it's that easy? Oh, maybe I will do it. That's it.
That's it. That's all you do. Because they might write something about the person and you forget. But while you're recording, it has the text on the screen, so you can just read it as you're talking.
What does the app take in terms of like a percentage of the sale?
Not too bad because, like I said, it's $150 there American, and I get a little bit over 100 or so each one. So,
Mick Foley, he's on here. We were just talking about him.
Oh, see,
Mick Foley charges.
Jimmy should have it because, like I said, Jimmy just sitting in a truck, he could do a couple a day, be making a couple of extra $100.
Yeah.
And in the truck, he's always angry, so.
Mick Foley looks like some guy you would see at the
looks like Leatherface.
Like Outback,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He looks like a normal guy now. He doesn't even look like
Oh, that's right. Didn't he? When he looked, that's why I think of him as Texas Chainsaw when he used to have that mask thing on. half Anthony Hopkins, half Leatherface.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. There's so many things to do online now on the internet. It's so complicated. Just waking up in the morning, I'm so stressed out. All right, I got to go here. I got to check this. I got to check that. I don't even want to wake up anymore. I'm like,
don't say that, Dave. You could.
I don't believe you on that. No, you know what I mean. It's like you got so many things to check nowadays. It's too much checking. I have to check.
You hate it too, though, when you go to bed and you're trying to wind down, and you might just think of something that you got to do tomorrow that leads into something else, and then your brain fucking starts kicking over. And all you can think about is, I've got to do this and do that. You can feel yourself getting stressed when you're trying to sleep.
It's worse. It's worse. You know how when you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you're like, don't think about anything. Don't check the time. Don't do anything. Just go back to sleep. Because if you check the time, you're like, then you start calculating how much time you got left to sleep. And then before that, you got to say, all right, well, I got to go do this. Oh, so I only got 20 minutes. That sucks. So I might as well just get up now because I got it. And you'll never fall back.
But now lately, I'll just leave really low so it doesn't disturb my wife. But I'll have like talk radio on or the TV out in the lounge room. I'll leave on just so I can hear it. That way, if I'm focused on that, my brain doesn't really think about anything. But when you lay there quiet and you're alone with the thoughts in your head, it's the worst. So if I'm listening to talk radio and people are just talking, complaining about stuff, I go straight to sleep. It's like when you're watching TV. I'll be on the couch and I'll be like this, so tired, lay in bed.
I can't do. I'm a terrible multitasker. If I have two things going on, if I'm doing two things at the same time, I don't do either one of them well. So if I try to sleep while the TV's on, I'll be listening to the TV. So I can't do it.
My wife does that.
If I'm exhausted, I'll fall asleep. But if I'm not exhausted, it'll distract me.
Well, my wife hates that because I'll put on those detective forensic shows.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll doze off, and she's like, I hate these shows because I've got to stay awake to see if they got caught.
Yeah, you want to watch them. You don't want to fall asleep after a while,
Yeah, I doze off here, and they found the body, and then and the next day I wake up and I'm like four episodes in.
Yeah.
I said, what happened to that one? She goes, oh, they caught the person, blah, because she'll stay awake and watch it.
Right. And then she's pissed off at you because she got
I
sleep.
didn't get any sleep. I got to get up and go to work.
I love, I'm looking through this whole cameo thing. I'm so interested to see like all these people who think that they're celebrities and stars, like, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And they have like a picture with one of the stars from like one of the TV shows that they were in for like 30 seconds, or something like that once in 1985. And they're like,
maybe I put these pictures of me and Arnold and something on there and stuff like that.
I love the pictures too, because they have to fit. They got to find a picture that it's going to enable you to say, oh yeah, I know who that guy is, or I know who this girl is, or maybe she is a star or something like that.
What picture's on my profile? I can't remember. I think it's just something silly, isn't it?
A regular picture, yeah. It's like your profile picture. I love this. This is so funny.
You can put the money towards your kids' college fund. They can go to the kids' college fund. All the money you make.
If I tell my wife I'll be making fun of her, she'll like, what? You can't use the money? You can pay for your sushi bill every week. It'll pay for your sushi bill. What are you doing? Let's use on the reality TV show list.
Oh God, Snooki.
Snooki. Soldier Boy.
Good.
Soldier Boy.
Oh, who's that?
Captain Lee. I don't know who that is. I don't even know who these people are. So I hate reality TV. I don't know.
We got a new reality show coming here. We have that Married at First Sight. I'm sure you had that in America.
Yeah.
Like, pathetic. But now there's this new one. There's a gay couple on the ad crying and kissing and all these other couples. It's about getting pregnant and conceiving through like IVF.
Oh my God.
Like these people want to have babies, so they're going for IVF. One of them on the commercial, this is our 40th time trying. I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't have kids. That's God telling you something. You're not meant to have kids. I'm like, I don't get it.
You know what we should do? This is what we're going to do. I think I can justify it.
What about the gay couple?
Every week we should pick a different like celebrity who's really not a celebrity but who thinks they're a celebrity, and we should pay for a message to the after hours show, to the Whack Pack, and we should see who gives us the most creative message of all these real no talents that
well,
like
make sure they're cheap though. Make sure they're like only $20, $30.
Yeah, we
Dave disappeared on me. Where'd you go, Dave? It's just me. Hi, people. Now, what I was going to say about this TV show, right, the gay couple, this is what I don't understand. The married couples and them, they're using their sperm, or they might use somebody else's sperm.
Right.
Now, with the two gay men, which sperm do they agree on using for this woman to carry their baby?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Dave's frozen again. This is and then also, how do they get it out? Does the guy just masturbate himself, or does his partner help him so he feels involved in the getting it, or does he just spit it out, or does he just scrape it off his back? I want to know how they get the semen. You know what? I had to do one of those tests once. I did it at home, but they've actually got rooms when you go to those places. I could never go into a room when they've got the girls at the front desk and they know that you're masturbating in this room to give a semen sample to see. It's like when you walk out, they'll be like, I know what you're doing in there. It's like, how embarrassing.
I think the first person we're going to pick for the show to give us a message. I'm going to show you the first person we're going to pick. Hold on.
Are they bad?
If I asked you to guess and I gave you 10 guesses, in a million years you wouldn't guess who I picked out as the first person.
Is it like someone we know there, like a B grade actor?
It's a musician I picked out just because I just think he's very funny. He's just because no one would in a million years would ever suspect it.
Weird Al.
No. Kenny G. Let's get Kenny G. That's just going to be number one.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Let's get Kenny G to give us our first message.
Yeah, you're right. You're right to him what you're roughly wanting to say. So
yeah.
he might play it on the
I'm going to say Jimmy the Bull on our show needs some advice. He's feeling a little down and depressed, and I know you have I'd like you to serenade him a little bit with your.
He loves playing the piano. Jimmy loves playing the piano.
He's expensive. He's $350 for personal video.
Oh, gee, hey, pick someone cheaper. Come on.
But then again, he's going to play some music for us, though. So that's at least something like
that could be worth it.
Yeah.
And you can claim it on tax. It's
yeah, I'll write it off as a business expense. Like, it was the cost of doing business for the for the TV show.
It's worth it just to see him mention Jimmy the Bull and play the saxophone.
Jimmy, this is for you.
Because he talks like that, doesn't he? He's very softly spoken and talks really like. Hey, what about Michael Bolton? Is he on?
We got to have like Lionel Richie sing like a real love song
on the ceiling.
Hello, is it you we're looking for?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Jimmy will start crying. He'll be like, I can't handle this anymore.
How'd you get him to do this? How'd you get him? Oh.
Yeah, don't even tell Jimmy how he got it. We'll just say he's an admirer of yours, Jimmy. He sent.
He's a fan of the shows. He's a fan of the show. He contacted me and he wants to. He said he wants to do a duet with you on the piano, Jimmy.
He'd like you to play for him. Yeah, he'd like to.
He wants you to be his opening act at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, he wants you to play so he wants to write lyrics to your music, Jimmy. He's so impressed with it.
He wants you to go on the road and travel with him on Broadway. It's Kenny G and the Bull up in lights. He said he wants some of your straps to hang onto the saxophone. He'd love it. Jimmy would love it. That's
he totally, but we would totally buy it too. He would completely, because it's such a random person. Like he would be like, it can't be making this shit up,
No. Maybe Kenny G does watch this show.
Then Jimmy will be like getting all paranoid, like, Lee, you think he's gay? Is he hitting on me? This guy's hitting on me?
And then he'll be like, no. He actually told us, get Kenny G to say that he relates to you, Jimmy, because his father was a truck driver.
Oh shit! All right, I gotta go.
Get someone else really bad, like Macaulay Culkin or something.
Yeah, there you go. We should get like some really like childhood actor who's like down on his luck or something like that.
Yeah,
and really needs the money bad. Like
the Partridge Family guy, Dan Bonaducci.
Yeah. But I bet. Let's see if Bonaducci does anything. I bet you Gary Coleman would have been great if he was still alive, though.
Oh yeah, he could be like, "What you talking about, Jimmy? What you talking about, Jimmy?"
Bonaducci's on here. He's on here. Yep.
There we go.
You can only get a message from him, but it's only $6, so that might be worth it. For $6, I get Bonaducci.
But how do we know it's actually from him? That'd just be like a text message.
That's true. Didn't he have like a drug problem, Bonaducci?
Yeah, because didn't he have a reality show for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he had that crazy show. He was always like getting himself in trouble too with his mouth.
Yeah, but then he got in pretty good shape. I remember exercising and that.
Yeah. He was gonna box. Didn't he box a few people? Who did he beat up? He beat up what's his name? Joey Buttafuoco, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right? Didn't he box him? Am I making that up?
Maybe we can get a message from Tony Danza to Jimmy.
Tony Danza. Don Johnson. Look at him.
Hey, Miami Vice.
Well, he must be really down on his luck if he's got to do these things.
Who's that first person? Simon Cowell? I can't see.
No, Mark Prince. Mark Price. What did he do? He's a comedian. Family Ties.
There's Jimmy. There's
Urkel. Let's get Urkel.
Urkel. He could put the glasses on still.
Yeah, I'd say you got to wear the glasses, though. Okay. Urkel's $189.
Well, you got to find someone. Pick someone for Jimmy. Real good one.
Jimmy probably doesn't even know who Urkel is, though.
Many to choose from.
Yeah.
But people, ignore all these people. Lee Priest is who you want to book on Cameo.
All right. That's it. We did an hour. I'm wrapping it up.
If you're having a bad day at work, get me to tell you.
I think this might have been your lowest curse rate per show in the history.
I was trying to be good. I was trying to be good.
You were very good.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about anything.
I think I said F word once or twice, but
yeah,
I didn't even say the C word.
Yeah,
I even
you can
said
say it.
the C word.
You just can't put the word "the" before the curse word anymore because that's unacceptable. Yeah. Remember,
dehumanizing.
No more does. No more does. No more. It's no longer the whack pack. It's whack pack. Okay, sorry guys. I don't want to dehumanize you.
I still want to see that group that sat around and they all come to the conclusion. Yes, that word is dehumanizing. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah. I'd love to see the brain surgeons that come up with this fucking. Excuse me, my French. With this, no, I can't say the French anymore.
Can't say the Chrysler Building. You can't say the something bridge. No.
Nope. I can't even say the New York Yankees because that's really putting them down.
You're putting down the whole team, you racist.
That's right.
It's like I watched a show today, just to quickly say that they had this woman on from BLM saying there's 5 black police officers are white supremacist racists because it's all about racism that they beat up that other black guy. I'm thinking, okay, that's drawing a long bow there that these 5 officers are white supremacists.
Yeah, I think we're going to get to a point where people are going to get fed up with all this crap. I really do. I think now it's like the cool thing to do, but I think at some point, like the generation of my son's generation, they're going to get to a point where they're going to get to 18, 20 years old. They're going to be like, you know what? This is all BS. We're not dealing with this crap anymore. You know, what was wrong with everyone?
Here in Australia right now, it's like the late teens, 17, 18 to the early 20s that are into all this woke garbage at the moment. And half of them too, if it's about racism, it's the white people. If it's about another culture, it'll be someone that has nothing to do with that culture that wants to make all these rules. It's like they never ask the group that's involved what they think. It's just these, what do they call them when they bring attention to something for themselves? It'd be like me going out there wearing a pride.
Very self-serving,
It's kind of like me wearing a pride shirt going, look, I've done my part for today, like virtual signaling type stuff, you know. It's like, no, when something bad happens, let me put up a thing on Instagram to show that I'm with you all in solidarity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I got in trouble at the time when the BLM started. Lee, why haven't you put up a black square? I'm like, for what? To me, it's like if racism is bad and if you feel that bad about it, you should be bringing attention to it every day or once a week or once a month. Not just when it's the in thing because everybody else is doing it.
Right.
It's like when the tragedy happens, everyone gets on board. Oh, this is so bad. We need to make changes. Then it dies off and no one ever speaks about it again. You got to keep working at things if you want change. You don't just jump on once a year and go, done my bit. Put up the rainbow flag on my post. There we go. I've done my bit for the year for the gay pride. Move on to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what?
Well, like I said, when I'm the voice of reason, it's getting scary, Dave.
That is pretty scary. I got to be honest with you. That is pretty scary. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys updated on the whole Leo Rex possible homicide death that occurred over there in
I wonder how long their autopsies take over there. Probably not as long.
I don't know. I'll tell you something. The crime scene didn't look like it was handled very professionally. So I don't even know if they're going to get any good data to determine what happened over there. But it seemed like there was like 25 people walking around that room there with the thing could have been contaminated. People could have been dropping stuff in the room. I
don't think the murder rate would be that high over there, really, considering some of those countries. And the thing is, too, I know a lot of those countries like Indonesia, Bali, Malaysia, if there's any recreational drugs, a lot of those countries have the death penalty. So you wouldn't want to have any pot or marijuana.
They found a lot of drugs there supposedly at the scene. I know they said originally they didn't, but from what I understand, they did. So there was, recreational stuff. There was steroids. There was all kinds of antidepressants there, and all kinds of.
It's not like Tony Hughes has a clean house.
No. They couldn't clean that. It would have taken them 6 weeks to clean that house out. All the drugs that were there. But I don't know.
Like I said, it's just not. Like I said, the way Tony Hughes does experiments on these guys and documents, and like I said, half the guys are sick. Yeah. They can't breathe. They put on all this weight. They feel bad, and now you have this happen. It's like, it doesn't look good for. He's almost like a Dr. Frankenstein. He's
but I don't think anabolics are a big deal over there. I think it's more the recreational drugs.
It is. Do you think too, like with this thing with Armin, like with the Andy Heyman, how he give it?
Yeah.
They said he gave it to him. Now, I know we can't blame coaches, but do you think that could open up a door if he got charged? Could that open up a door if, say, bodybuilders die and they see on a program that the coach said take all these drugs and the drugs could have been the cause?
It's a witch hunt. The feds don't like the fact that the state of Colorado made ibogaine usage legal.
Yeah.
So they're trying to use him. In other words, if they can convict him, they're going to show that he caused someone's death with this stuff, and that's what the states are doing is not good because.
So can I sue?
You understand?
So can I sue the government if the government sold cigarettes to my mother and she died of
right, and lied to her? Well, you could sue the cigarette company. They did that. They had a big class action.
The whole if someone gets drunk from drinking alcohol and they drive a car and kill my family, how far do we go? Well, aren't they doing that now too? Didn't someone try and sue a gun manufacturer because someone killed someone with a gun and they're like, where does it end?
I don't know. I think Amin is definitely being framed on this one and used as an example. So hopefully, his lawyer will get him.
Like I said, worst comes to worst, you got the book for him to use in jail.
Exactly. But the truth is that the autopsy report initially reported that it was an aneurysm or like some kind of a blood clot that dislodged itself. So it's going to be interesting to see how they change the autopsy report.
Yeah. It wasn't from his elbow or something, his tricep. He had the operation.
Yeah, tricep repair. He had been in the hospital 3 days earlier. So I mean, I think he might have even come from the hospital right and done it. So it's going to be very hard for a jury to say that that Amin was responsible. It's almost impossible. It's
not this day in America when you see some of those court cases.
All right, we're wrapping up, guys. Thanks for joining us again for another installment of Iron Rage. We will be back again next week with not the Whack Pack, but with the new way we say it, just Whack Pack. See? Lee?
Whack Pack.
Get rid of the the.
Whack Pack.
We're not going to be seeing the Lee Priest next week. It's just Lee Priest. No more the.
Yes. Thank you for not dehumanizing me.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Lee. That's why, I value your friendship, and I do not want to dehumanize you. And on that note,
thank you.
See you next week.
I was feeling a bit.